Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Join us as we dive into the world of Disastrous Necromancer, where we'll unravel the mysteries of Lin Moyu's quest to become the strongest. From hidden secrets to epic battles, we're here to give you an exclusive look at the story before anyone else. If you're a fan of fantasy, necromancers, or just love a good adventure, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, comment, and share to support the channel, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a chapter. Let's start the journey.
Lin Moyu felt himself advancing at an astonishing speed. The Divine City star domain was vast, spanning at least 1,000,000 light-years, with countless star systems. Lin Moyu saw star systems receding into the distance, turning into small dots, and finally disappearing from sight. It seemed like they were teleporting, yet it didn't quite feel like teleportation. If this was the law of space, it didn't seem quite right either. Holy Venerable Hao explained, I forcibly twisted space with the power of rules, achieving an effect similar to teleportation. But compared to the true law of space, it's still lacking. And my method can only achieve the best effect within the human race star domain. Lin Moyu understood. The power of rules, though magical, was not omnipotent. The power of rules was stronger than the law, but it also had to follow certain rules. It wasn't a matter of doing whatever one wanted. As a simple way to understand it, the power of rules could be seen as an upgraded version of the law. Their speed continued to increase, and Lin Moyu saw more and more star systems. Moreover, the scale of the star systems was also increasing, with grand and magnificent giant star systems passing by. Lin Moyu realized that he was heading towards the center of the Divine City star domain. The closer to the center of the Divine City, the larger the star systems became. These giant star systems often consisted of dozens or even hundreds of planets. In a single star system, there could sometimes be several stars. These stars coexisted peacefully, running along some predetermined routes, without interfering with each other. Holy Venerable Hao explained, these star systems are the result of the efforts of countless sages of the human race. Without much explanation, Lin Moyu understood what was going on. After the great battle between the ancient swordsman and the ancient giant, the secret realms began to evolve. At that time, many powerful beings fought for the ownership of the secret realms. The final result was that the human race won. At that time, the human race should have been called the Star God Human Race, one of the 4 source races. Later, the sages of the human race used their great power to move countless stars, forming star systems. Most of the star systems in the Divine City star domain were actually formed later. The star systems that were formed naturally had long been destroyed in that great battle. The human race thrived and multiplied in these artificially formed star systems, becoming a strong race in the great world. Holy Venerable Hao continued, we have always advocated doing as much as we can with our abilities and knowing as much as we can. When the strength is insufficient, some things don't need to be known. Just like those in the other shore realm, they also have many things they don't know. Lin Moyu asked, what about you? Holy Venerable Hao chuckled, I naturally have things I don't know as well, but it's a pity. Pity about what? Holy Venerable Hao did not say. But Lin Moyu heard the sigh and a deep sense of helplessness. Holy Venerable Hao took Lin Moyu flying for a long time, crossing tens of thousands of light years, and entered the center of the Divine City. As soon as they entered the center, Lin Moyu felt a completely different atmosphere. First was the Human Emperor Network. The power of the Human Emperor Network became incredibly clear here, almost within reach. Lin Moyu couldn't help but open his soul eye and saw a wondrous scene. Lines of law intertwined, and outside the lines of law, a large net appeared. This large net was omnipresent, tightly wrapping around the lines of law. Lin Moyu then realized why the Human Emperor Network could construct a virtual sea of laws. The root cause was that it could control this kind of law. Even if it couldn't control it, it could at least utilize the power of the law. In his vision, a mass of flames appeared, burning like a star, but much larger than any star. Ordinary stars, even thousands or tens of thousands combined, couldn't compare to it. And the power it emitted was the source of everything. This is the essence of the Human Emperor Network, Lin Moyu asked in shock. Holy Venerable Hao replied, that's right. The Human Emperor Network occupied a vast expanse of the starry sky, also known as the core area. Holy Venerable Hao took him and, at an astonishing speed, plunged into the flames of the Human Emperor Network. There was no imagined high temperature. Instead, there was a feeling of returning to the womb, very comfortable. The speed suddenly slowed down, and the scene before Lin Moyu's eyes quickly became clear from blurry. He found himself in a peculiar space, somewhere inside the Human Emperor Network. Here, clusters of light floated freely. This is a secret realm. Lin Moyu whispered. He could tell that these clusters of light were secret realms. Holy Venerable Hao also showed a slight smile. That's right, these are secret realms, all of which have been cleared. The ancient runes that evolved them have been taken away. Although the secret realms still exist, they have lost their original function. Although they can no longer be entered, we can still obtain a lot of information through studying them. For example, the Maple Forest secret realm you just cleared. Holy Venerable Hao waved his hand, and a bright light flew out. Lin Moyu felt a familiar aura. It was the Maple Forest secret realm he had just cleared. As soon as the Maple Forest secret realm was thrown out, a giant black hand covered in runes appeared in the space. It was the same black hand that came to take the ancient rune after clearing the secret realm each time. But in the last 2 times, the black hand had returned empty-handed. The black hand grabbed the Maple Forest secret realm, and the runes on it glowed. These runes looked somewhat chaotic, but at this moment, they all glowed simultaneously. Lin Moyu then realized that they actually had a specific order. These runes formed a rune array, and this rune array emitted a scent similar to that of the ancient rune. Although it wasn't an ancient rune, it was very close. The key was that it was very complete, unlike the ancient rune, which was only a fragment. The black hand grabbed the Maple Forest secret realm and vibrated at a peculiar frequency. Lin Moyu felt that the aura of the Maple Forest secret realm was weakening, and the power inside was being extracted. The extracted power reformed into a fragment of an ancient rune. This fragment of the ancient rune was identical to the one he had obtained from the Maple Forest secret realm. But the fragment before him was slightly more illusory, not as real. Lin Moyu watched this scene, his pupils contracting, extracting the ancient rune directly from the secret realm. Holy Venerable Hao said, the ancient rune evolves the secret realm, and traces of the ancient rune are everywhere in the secret realm. Through some special means, we can extract the corresponding ancient rune from the secret realm. But that requires the ancient rune that evolved the secret realm to leave the secret realm. Otherwise, this method would only cause the secret realm to explode. You should have already felt that although the ancient rune has no wisdom, it actually has its own instincts and will protect itself. Lin Moyu nodded. He indeed had the same feeling. Watching this scene, Lin Moyu murmured, so even if I obtained the ancient rune, you can still extract it from the secret realm through this method. Holy Venerable Hao smiled slightly. That's right, so you don't need to think too much. If you obtained the ancient rune, then you got it. It doesn't cause us any loss. If you can research something from the ancient rune, it will only benefit us. Don't forget, you are also a member of the human race. As he spoke, he walked forward, and Lin Moyu immediately followed, reflecting on Holy Venerable Hao's words. That's right, he was also a member of the human race. As Lin Moyu walked deeper into the space, he passed by clusters of light. These lights were once secret realms, some relatively safe, others extremely dangerous. Some people had gained benefits from them, while others had perished within. Eventually, all these secret realms were cleared and brought here. The brightness of the light clusters indicated the strength of the secret realms. Among them, a few clusters were particularly bright, comparable to the Maple Forest secret realm. One light cluster was exceptionally bright, far surpassing the others. This was the only high-level secret realm, the most difficult among all the cleared secret realms. Yet, it was still not in the deepest part of the space. Passing by all the light clusters, Lin Moyu suddenly narrowed his eyes. He saw blood, the blood of the ancient swordsman. 1 drop, 2 drops, 3 drops. A total of 8 drops of blood floated quietly in the space. Each drop of blood was enclosed in a transparent bubble, without any movement. Holy Venerable Hao said, these drops of blood should come from the same person you encountered in the secret realm. Since obtaining them, we have been studying them and have gained significant insights. Lin Moyu's interest was piqued. Although he knew what the owner of the blood looked like, studying the blood was beyond his current capabilities. He didn't expect Holy Venerable Hao to bring him here and reveal these secrets to him. These secrets were originally meant to be known only when he reached the other shore realm. Lin Moyu guessed that Holy Venerable Hao was telling him this because it might be related to his origin spell. He perked up his ears, waiting for Holy Venerable Hao to continue. Holy Venerable Hao said, you should know that there was a significant gap between the ancient era and the near-ancient era. Many pieces of information were lost, as if the entire world had been reset. Very few things from the ancient era have survived to the present. We have been continuously seeking information from the ancient era. What we currently know is that the ancient era was incredibly powerful, far beyond our current capabilities. These drops of blood belong to a powerful figure from the ancient era. Over the years, their power has diminished. But such a powerful figure, even a single drop of blood or a strand of hair, contains vast amounts of information. We can confirm that the owner of the blood practiced the way of the sword, specifically a time-related swordsmanship. He could break through the barriers of time, attacking the future or the past. His strength is beyond our comprehension. Hearing this, Lin Moyu finally understood, so it's a time-related swordsmanship. No wonder it could injure me. Then Lin Moyu's heart trembled as he realized something deeper. Could it be that what the ancient rune showed me was not an illusion but reality? The ancient rune took me back in time. If that's the case, then the Divine Summer Tower in the ancient battlefield can be explained. Teacher Meng's Divine Summer Tower also traveled from the future. Lin Moyu felt that this was the only reasonable explanation. Otherwise, there was no other way to understand it. He combined all the details he had seen and organized them. Things that were previously incomprehensible now made sense. Holy Venerable Hao didn't notice Lin Moyu's thoughts and continued, "We originally thought our research had reached its peak. After all, this blood has endured millions of years and is no longer as powerful as it once was. But your experience made me realize that things are not that simple. I am now 70% sure that the ancient swordsman might still be alive and is seeking the power of origin." Holy Venerable Hao's words made Lin Moyu's heart tighten. The ancient swordsman might really still be alive. Otherwise, how could the sword that tore through the secret realm space exist? But if he were still alive, why didn't he reclaim his blood? Lin Moyu had his own judgment. I think he might be seriously injured. Holy Venerable Hao looked at Lin Moyu. "Why do you say that?" Lin Moyu said, "When I used true sight, I saw a future scene. The one who came to kill me was a sword, not the swordsman. There are two possibilities. One is that he couldn't come, possibly due to some restriction, and could only send the sword. The second possibility is that he is seriously injured and unable to move, so he could only send his sword. Both results seem the same, but the reasons are different." Lin Moyu leaned more towards the second possibility. For such a powerful figure, who could stop him? Could Holy Venerable Hao do it? Lin Moyu thought it was impossible. The gap was too vast. Although he had never seen Holy Venerable Hao go all out, he instinctively felt that the difference between them was significant. Not to mention, those in the other shore realm could live for about 50,000 years. No matter how strong a Holy Venerable was, they were still within the realm of the other shore. Even the dragon race, known for their longevity, could only live up to 100,000 years in the other shore realm. But how long had the ancient swordsman lived? Even a drop of his blood could survive the erosion of time until now. If the ancient swordsman were still alive, he might have lived for millions of years. In many cases, the length of one's lifespan indicates the strength of their power. Holy Venerable Hao pondered Lin Moyu's words and, after a few seconds of silence, spoke again. "What you said makes sense. The first possibility is not impossible. Because..." At this point, Holy Venerable Hao stopped speaking. Lin Moyu knew there were hidden truths he was not yet qualified to know. Or even if Holy Venerable Hao told him, he might not understand. The fact was, many things couldn't be understood without reaching a certain level. Holy Venerable Hao ended the topic and said, "Although you stopped his descent this time, he might already know of your existence. You must be careful in the future." Lin Moyu's expression became more serious. "I understand, Holy Venerable. I have some questions I'd like to ask." Holy Venerable Hao nodded. "Ask away. I'll tell you everything I can." Holy Venerable Hao always had a different attitude towards Lin Moyu. In the eyes of outsiders, Lin Moyu was a talented young man favored by Holy Venerable Hao. But Holy Venerable Hao treated Lin Moyu as an equal. Only a few people knew that Holy Venerable Hao had high hopes for Lin Moyu. "I want to ask about the path to the God Sovereign Realm and the other shore realm." Lin Moyu asked several questions, and as Holy Venerable Hao had said, he answered everything he could. Through these questions, Lin Moyu understood the path he needed to take. Although he was still just a God King, his soul level was high enough to know how to walk this path. Lin Moyu was aware of his situation. Many of his experiences were unique, even Holy Venerable Hao might not have had them. By combining various pieces of information, he could choose the most suitable and strongest path for himself. Lin Moyu felt a bit nostalgic for his small world. At that time, Antares had guided him, pointing out the strongest path for him. Without Antares, he wouldn't be who he was today. "I really want to go back and see." This thought flashed through his mind but was immediately suppressed. He couldn't go back, at least not now. But before leaving, Antares had cautiously told him, "Don't come back. I'll come out to find you." Lin Moyu asked many questions, and Holy Venerable Hao answered many of them, providing detailed responses. As a Holy Venerable, his understanding of cultivation far surpassed that of a God Sovereign. His words were often profound, containing vast amounts of information, worthy of deep contemplation. Gradually, Lin Moyu gained clarity and found a path suitable for himself in a world full of mist. This path was very strong but also very difficult. The starting point of this path was the God's sovereign realm, but as for the endpoint, Lin Moyu did not set an endpoint for himself. His current vision had greatly expanded, and the other shore realm would not be the endpoint, far from it. This was a long conversation, and the two talked for a long time. Lin Moyu also raised some other questions. He asked Holy Venerable Hao about the realm of the invincible powerhouse. Holy Venerable Hao's answer was somewhat unexpected. The invincible powerhouse was a realm from ancient times, and specific information about it had been lost. Perhaps the dragon race still had records, but the dragon race's information was not shared with outsiders. Even Holy Venerable Hao could not easily obtain information from the dragon race. In ancient times, the descriptions of realms were different from now. Because of this difference, Lin Moyu could not determine the specific realm of the invincible powerhouse. However, he instinctively felt that it should be stronger than the Holy Venerable. 3 days later, Holy Venerable Hao sent Lin Moyu back. This trip was extremely rewarding for Lin Moyu, even more so than clearing the Maple Forest secret realm. The Maple Forest secret realm had closed, and the starry sky was empty. Only the teleportation array specially set up for the Maple Forest secret realm remained. According to Holy Venerable Hao, the teleportation array would be removed after he left. The teleportation array brought Lin Moyu back to the initial 13,283 star system. As soon as he stepped out of the teleportation array, he heard Luo Feiyu's hearty laughter. "Junior brother Lin, you finally returned." It was clear that Luo Feiyu had been waiting for him specifically, though it was unclear how long he had been waiting. Lin Moyu asked, "How did you know I would return here?" Luo Feiyu laughed, "Junior brother Lin left from here, so you could only return here." Lin Moyu was taken aback, not realizing there was such a rule. The human race's rules were indeed numerous, considering all aspects. It was truly a case of returning to where one came from. Luo Feiyu pulled Lin Moyu along. Come, senior brother Xiao and senior brother Qing Jian are also waiting for you. They've been drinking for 2 days and nights. If you don't come back soon, my Luo family's wine cellar will be emptied." Luo Feiyu exaggerated, but Xiao Sheng and Qing Jian's drinking capacity couldn't possibly empty the Luo family's wine cellar. The Luo family had stored countless years' worth of fine wine, an astonishing quantity. It wasn't until they returned to the Luo family that Lin Moyu realized Luo Feiyu wasn't talking about drinking it all but rather taking it all. Xiao Sheng and Qing Jian shamelessly packed a lot of aged wine from the Luo family's wine cellar. The Luo family's ancestor, wanting to curry favor with them, did not stop them and even offered more fine wine. It wasn't that Xiao Sheng and Qing Jian were too talented, but their backgrounds were not simple. Xiao Sheng's identity was mysterious. He shared the same surname as the god of war. Qing Jian was a disciple of the Heavenly Sword sect in the advanced area of the Divine City, holding an ancient inheritance called the Qing Jian. These two factors alone were enough for the Luo family to want to win them over. In Luo Feiyu's small courtyard, the two were drinking and singing, holding 100-pound wine jars and drinking directly. Using bowls was too childish for them. Lin Moyu couldn't help but laugh. They're really having a good time. Seeing Lin Moyu, the two shouted in unison, "Teacher Lin, you're finally back. Tell us how you cleared the secret realm." Xiao Sheng shouted, "I tried all kinds of methods but couldn't find a way to trigger the second stage." Qing Jian added in a low voice, "I killed both types of maple trees, but it was useless." Lin Moyu joined the drinking session, drinking while explaining how he cleared the Maple Forest secret realm. He omitted the part about the ancient swordsman, as it wasn't necessary to mention. Xiao Sheng listened in shock. "According to you, if one's soul realm isn't at the peak of the 4th rank, they would fall into the illusion and be unable to escape." Lin Moyu thought for a moment, if one's Dao heart is firm enough, the soul realm can be a bit lower. But he added, "However, everyone has weaknesses, and the illusion targets those weaknesses. It's best to have a strong soul to be safer." Xiao Sheng muttered, "Luckily, I didn't reach the second stage, otherwise, I wouldn't have made it out." Qing Jian said, "Illusion attacks are troublesome, and soul treasures are relatively limited in their usefulness. But many secret realms have illusion abilities, so we should prepare for them in the future." Xiao Sheng nodded. "Teacher Lin, does this mean your soul has reached the peak of the 4th rank?" Lin Moyu smiled slightly and did not deny it. Qing Jian asked, "How many merit points did you get for clearing the secret realm?" Lin Moyu calculated, including the rewards for the blood-red maple leaves. a total of 4,798 Divine City merit points. PFF'd. Xiao Sheng spat out his wine. Cheng Jian reacted quickly, waving his hand to gather all the spilled wine into a ball and sending it far away. Although Cheng Jian didn't spit out his wine, his eyes were full of shock. Luo Feiyu was also stunned, holding a wine jar and staring wide-eyed, as if frozen in place. Xiao Sheng regained his composure. Damn, 4,798 Divine City merit points. Others need hundreds of years to earn that, and you did it in one secret realm. Cheng Jian's mouth twitched. Even in the intermediate area, a basic task only gives 100 Divine City merit points. Teacher Lin, if people find out, they'll be furious. Xiao Sheng snorted. Don't talk about others, even I'm furious. I've been doing tasks for so many years and only earned a bit over 10,000 merit points. Cheng Jian said he was about the same. Xiao Sheng and Cheng Jian were born in the advanced area, giving them a natural advantage. Although their permissions in the Divine City were only intermediate, they could enter the advanced area. However, they couldn't take on tasks in the advanced area. Those born into families or sects in the intermediate or advanced areas had this advantage. The resources they received from birth were more than others. As the saying goes, when one person attains the Tao, their chickens and dogs ascend to heaven. The Luo family's ancestor was about to be promoted to a high-level god sovereign, and when that happened, the Luo family could move to the intermediate area. Everyone in the Luo family would then have the qualification to operate in the intermediate area. However, without sufficient permissions, they would still have to take tasks in the primary area to earn merit points, and that wouldn't change. Cheng Jian asked, Teacher Lin, are you planning to take on the promotion task next? Lin Moyu nodded. Yes, I plan to. Cheng Jian nodded. Then go ahead. The sooner, the better. Xiao Sheng said, with Teacher Lin's strength, the promotion task should be no problem. Cheng Jian shook his head. That's not necessarily true. There are many promotion tasks, and some are quite difficult. Xiao Sheng disagreed. That's for others. Teacher Lin will be fine. But Cheng Jian is right. The sooner, the better. Alright, let's finish this drink and then go. In the past, in the Divine City star domain, there were countless star systems, numbering in the trillions. That was an extremely prosperous star domain, inhabited by countless living beings. However, a great battle between the ancient swordsman and the giant directly shattered the entire star domain. The star systems were destroyed, and not a single living being survived. Countless years later, when the secret realms evolved from runes appeared, experts from various races gathered, leading to another great battle. The human race emerged victorious and began to rebuild the star domain. But the current Divine City star domain pales in comparison to its ancient glory. As of now, the primary area of the Divine City has only 100,000 star systems. These star systems were all moved and reconstructed by the great abilities of the human race. Each star system is suitable for the human race to multiply and cultivate. The initial 100,000 stars are located at the core of the primary area. Only here can one undertake promotion tasks to increase permissions within the Divine City. The promotion of permissions in the Divine City is very strict. When the rules were established, they were made to have very few exceptions. In the Divine City, there are only two types of people who do not need to undertake promotion tasks. One type is from the military, and the other is from the God of War Palace. But whether it's the military or the God of War Palace, they have their own promotion systems, with difficulties no less than that of the Divine City permissions. Apart from these two types, even if you are a descendant of a being from the other shore realm, you must still follow the rules. They drank for a full 10 days. After drinking their fill, Lin Muyu spent 10 Divine City merit points to travel across tens of thousands of light years to the initial 100,000 star. This star is extremely special. One cannot come here as they please. Only after meeting the merit point requirements in the Human Emperor Network can one apply to come here. After the application is approved, one gains the qualification to arrive at this place. The initial 100,000 star is not a star system but a massive star belonging to the initial 100,001 main star system. At a distance of 10,000 kilometers from it, 3 enormous buildings stand tall. The buildings are rapidly orbiting around the star. One of the buildings is square and completely black, clearly bearing the style of the military. Another building is the God of War Palace, a place Lin Muyu has visited before and is familiar with. The last one is a tall tower, similar in appearance to the Tower of Belief, called the Human Race Tower. The Human Race Tower is Lin Muyu's destination this time, as promotion tasks can only be undertaken after entering it. Many people do not understand why they cannot directly undertake tasks through the Human Emperor Network, since the Human Emperor network can interfere with reality and is almost omnipotent. Wouldn't it be more convenient to do it through the Human Emperor network? However, there must be a purpose behind this design. Undertaking promotion tasks is not as simple as meeting the merit point requirements. Entering the human race tower is a non-trivial test in itself. Moreover, this test is tailored for each individual. The 3 buildings belonging to different forces are orbiting the star at an astonishing speed of 100,000 kilometers per second, surpassing the flight speed of many minor god sovereigns and even most god kings. Furthermore, due to the rotational motion, a repulsive force is generated, preventing one from easily approaching. At the same time, the star exerts an attractive force on everyone. Sometimes repelling, sometimes attracting, while maintaining an astonishing speed. For many cultivators, it is not easy to enter the corresponding building. Almost every day, a large number of cultivators fail to enter and are thus unable to undertake promotion tasks. This is why Xiao Sheng and Qing Jian advised Lin Muyu to come early. The repulsive and attractive forces will become stronger as one's realm increases. So the earlier one comes, the lower the difficulty. After all, those who can meet the promotion requirements early are geniuses whose combat power far exceeds their realm. However, as their realms increase, the gap will gradually diminish and even disappear. In the starry sky, there were already over 1,000 people present, all eager to try. Failure here is not a big deal, as one can repeatedly attempt until successful. The over 1,000 people were divided into 3 factions, with the God of War Palace having the fewest at just over 100. The military faction had more, exceeding 300. The largest number was the ordinary Divine City personnel, with over 500. As Lin Muyu approached, many people recognized him and revealed looks of astonishment. It's Lin Muyu. Lin Muyu actually came here. His Divine City merit points must have reached 10,000. My God, I remember he only joined the Divine City not too long ago. How did he earn so many merit points? It should be the rewards from clearing secret realms. I remember someone said the rewards for clearing secret realms are quite substantial. The gap between people is truly vast. I've been doing tasks for over 800 years and only barely met the promotion requirements. Sigh, my old man said the other day, look at Lin Muyu, then look at me, it feels like I gave birth to a waste. Same here, the one in my family said the same thing. A group of people discussed Lin Muyu, but no one approached him. Previously, Lin Muyu was a top-tier genius, and many regarded him as an idol. Even a slight breeze would attract a large crowd to observe him. After the Maple Forest Secret Realm incident, people realized that not only was Lin Muyu a genius, but he could also associate with talents like Xiao Sheng and Qing Jian. Even a great figure like Lady Yu addressed Lin Muyu as little friend. Not to mention anything else, Lin Muyu's future prospects were limitless. The gap in status had widened. Lin Muyu was no longer a simple idol. He had become an existence that others could only look up to, not just casually admire. The god kings at the 9th rank and minor god sovereigns present consciously made way for Lin Muyu. They did not act pretentiously but rather did so naturally. Their eyes even revealed a hint of admiration. Not to mention anything else, being the only person to clear the Maple Forest Secret Realm throughout ancient and modern times was Lin Muyu. The people from the military and the God of War Palace also noticed Lin Muyu. The Divine City announcement was open to everyone within the Divine City, so they naturally knew about him. Lin Muyu's gaze swept over and suddenly noticed Dongfang Zi among the crowd. He did not expect Dongfang Zi to be here as well. Lin Muyu nodded and smiled at Dongfang Zi, a greeting of sorts. Dongfang Zi nodded slightly and forced a smile in return. He never imagined that after joining the Divine City, Lin Muyu would cause such a stir. Previously, he felt he had a chance to compete with Lin Muyu. He lost the 4-star domain competition, but that didn't mean he would always lose in the future. After returning to the Divine City, he worked hard on tasks, ventured into secret realms, and finally earned back the merit points he had lost. But Lin Muyu kept shattering his perceptions, time and time again. He even made Dongfang Zi feel that secret realms were not that difficult and could be easily cleared. As a result, he almost died in a secret realm. Secret realms were never simple, they were deathly difficult. The key was that Lin Muyu had cleared 3 secret realms that Dongfang Zi had also attempted. Comparing their experiences, Dongfang Zi gradually lost the desire to compete with Lin Muyu. It wasn't until recently, when Lin Muyu cleared the Maple Forest Secret Realm, that he completely abandoned this desire. He couldn't compare, he truly couldn't compare. At that time, Dongfang Zi had also entered the Maple Forest Secret Realm and earned over 200 points, finally meeting the promotion requirements. Unexpectedly, Lin Muyu had also met the promotion requirements. It was too fast, far too fast. Lin Muyu passed by Dongfang Zi, stopped, and said, "Senior brother Dongfang, long time no see." Dongfang Zi felt a tinge of embarrassment. "Junior brother Lin, I apologize for what happened before." Lin Muyu showed a look of confusion. What happened? Lin Muyu did hold grudges, but he wouldn't hold on to such a minor grievance from Dongfang Zi. This was also a way for him to give Dongfang Zi a way out. Dongfang Zi understood Lin Muyu's intention and immediately laughed heartily. "Junior brother Lin, you will surely succeed in your promotion this time." Lin Muyu looked at the three buildings flying at a speed of 100,000 kilometers per second. Someone had already rushed over and was approaching them. The one rushing over was a minor god sovereign named Yan Rong, a member of the Divine City personnel. Yan Rong's target was the human race tower. He was very fast, slightly faster than the human race tower. Normally, Yan Rong could adjust his speed to eventually match the speed of the human race tower, achieving relative stillness, and then enter it calmly. But that was not the case. When he was still 300,000 kilometers away from the human race tower, an invisible force fell upon him. His speed suddenly increased, surpassing his own limit, reaching 150,000 kilometers per second. His face showed obvious panic as he tried to control his body with all his might. The attraction from the star not only increased his speed but also caused him to deviate from his direction. Yan Rong struggled to control himself, fighting against the attraction while adjusting his direction. Just 1 second later, the attraction suddenly disappeared without a trace, and at the same time, a repulsive force fell upon him. He had been fighting against the attraction, and suddenly it turned into repulsion. He had no time to react and was violently thrown away. The speed of being thrown away was as high as 200,000 kilometers per second. He flew like a meteor into the distance. Moments later, Yan Rong flew back, disappointed, failed again. Someone comforted him. "It's okay, try a few more times. Recently, out of 10 people, only one succeeds." Who came up with this method? It's really tricky. Don't blame others, blame yourself for not being strong enough. Like me, I've failed 7 times. Keep trying, you'll succeed eventually. Some people comforted Yan Rong, and he felt a bit better, his disappointment gradually fading. Lin Muyu watched this and thought to himself, it's not just about strength, the key is reaction and response methods. In fact, he had a better response method just now. People from the Divine City are indeed not as good as those from the 4 great star domains in this regard. Cultivators from the 4 great star domains, before reaching level 5 permissions, are still strictly protected by the Human Emperor network. Their range of activities is extremely limited, and the tasks they perform are relatively safe. Only after reaching level 5 permissions can they truly move freely in the vast world. Level 5 permissions are equivalent to leaving the novice village and truly entering the cruel great world. Of course, if they want to experience the cruelty of the great world in advance, they can enter the battlefield, and the Human Emperor network will not stop them. Cultivators with level 5 permissions are mostly at the 3rd or 4th rank of the God King realm. In other words, from the 3rd or 4th rank of the God King realm, cultivators from the 4 great star domains begin to face various dangers. They engage in battles with alien races, explore the boundless world, and face all kinds of dangers. Many cultivators die in this process, and those who survive have impressive combat abilities and response capabilities. In the Divine City, most cultivators compete with secret realms. The strength and number of exotic beasts on resource stars are insufficient. Although secret realms are also dangerous and not protected by the Human Emperor network, they are still singular. This leads to most cultivators in the Divine City having less practical experience compared to those from the 4 great star domains. For the same minor god sovereign, if their combat power is comparable, the cultivators from the 4 great star domains have a higher chance of winning. This is why Lin Muyu always considered the people from the Divine City as greenhouse flowers. The greenhouse here actually refers to the secret realms. This disadvantage is particularly evident in the junior personnel of the Divine City, but it improves significantly at the intermediate level. After reaching the intermediate level, the tasks change and are no longer limited to secret realm tasks. Some tasks involve battlefields and the world outside the Divine City. This is equivalent to the level 5 permissions in the 4 great star domains, qualifying them to face the harshness of the outside world. In this way, the lack of experience is also compensated. Lin Muyu concluded that the human race's training method had no issues. The entire process is a continuous selection, sifting through the sands. In the end, those who stand at the top are all elites. While thinking, Lin Muyu also watched the 3 buildings flying continuously. From time to time, someone would go and try, but most ended in failure. In the 2 or 3 hours he observed, at least 20 people tried, but only 3 succeeded, a low success rate. Those who succeeded never came out after entering the human race tower. Lin Moyu sensed the presence of a teleportation array. He realized that there was a teleportation array inside the human race tower, and after taking the task, people would be directly sent away. Dongfang Zi came to Lin Moyu's side. Junior brother Lin, when do you plan to try? Lin Moyu smiled, anytime. What about you, senior brother Dongfang? Dongfang Zi said, I failed once before. This is my second attempt. I hope to succeed. Lin Moyu said, you should be fine. Dongfang Zi laughed heartily, then I'll take your good wishes. After speaking, he turned into a stream of light and flew towards the human race tower. Lin Moyu wasn't speaking casually. Dongfang Zi's strength was among the top of these minor god sovereigns. His combat power had barely touched the threshold of the god sovereign realm, and he had undergone half of the Lost Star River baptism, capable of bursting out god sovereign level combat power in a short time. As long as he responded appropriately, entering the human race tower smoothly was not difficult. Dongfang Zi approached the human race tower, and when he was still 400,000 kilometers away, his speed suddenly slowed, and the distance between him and the human race tower quickly increased. Everyone could see that a repulsive force was acting on Dongfang Zi. Dongfang Zi let out a light shout, his whole body shining brightly, fighting against the repulsive force. His speed increased again, continuing to approach the human race tower. 2 seconds later, Dongfang Zi staggered as the repulsive force disappeared. His speed instantly increased to the limit, reaching 200,000 kilometers per second, and his direction shifted towards the center of the star. Dongfang Zi was prepared, calmly adjusting his direction without fighting against the attraction. Just as he was about to be sucked into the star, the attraction suddenly turned into repulsion, pushing him away. Dongfang Zi had been adjusting his direction all along, always aiming at the human race tower. At this moment, the repulsion arrived, and he followed the repulsion, crashing towards the human race tower at a speed exceeding 200,000 kilometers per second. This speed had already surpassed his limit, making it difficult to control. Just as he was about to crash into the human race tower, Dongfang Zi's whole body burst out with an astonishing aura, and his speed suddenly slowed down. He began to fight against the repulsion, approaching the human race tower at a stable speed. He's going to succeed. Go with the flow, I seem to understand. I'll try this next time, no more resistance. People discussed, feeling like they had found a new method. Lin Moyu felt it shouldn't be that simple. Dongfang Zi's method was good, but it wasn't that easy to succeed. Just as Dongfang Zi was less than 10,000 kilometers away from the human race tower, his body suddenly stopped, and the repulsion from the human race tower suddenly increased, preventing him from getting closer. Dongfang Zi reacted quickly, fully unleashing his minor god sovereign power, using all his strength to counteract the repulsion, continuing to charge towards the human race tower. The closer he got to the human race tower, the stronger the repulsion became. The last 10,000 kilometers should have been a blink of an eye for Dongfang Zi. Just as he was about to touch the human race tower, the repulsion suddenly disappeared, and Dongfang Zi's speed suddenly increased, crashing into the human race tower with all his might. The human race tower shone brightly, and the huge counterforce hit Dongfang Zi like a heavy punch. Dongfang Zi was sent flying, and at this moment, the star erupted with an attraction, pulling Dongfang Zi away from the human race tower. In the next moment, the human race tower erupted with repulsion again, pushing Dongfang Zi further away. Dongfang Zi was pushed nearly 1,000,000 kilometers before stabilizing himself, his expression stiff and somewhat disappointed. He had failed.